What's up guys, Harry here, known as Straight Sharp, gonna bring you this video today. We did close the weekly CMEs above the topside Bollinger Band, which is obviously good. It's not as strong as I wanted it to close. I wanted it to close this candle, I wanted it to close up here. But, we're still above, so technically we do have buying pressure here. I wanted it to close as a hammer because a hammer on would look, something like this. And then, ooh, look how straight that is. And then you'd have something like that. So I wanted it to close something like that, but obviously it did not because this would immediately tell me that, coming into this week, I'm looking for all-time highs. But obviously, unfortunately, that did not happen, but that's okay. We're still riding above the topside Bollinger Band. So let's go into the lower time frames and see what we have. Uh, you don't want a weekly. Let's start on the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, you can see it's kind of been boring. We have been kind of being rejected at this level here. Now, this is showing that this is a really good resistance level here. And if we do close above this level on a 4 hour, then that implies continuation up to this area here at least. And probably, a small pullback here. And coming into next week, market open, look for it to come here. Now, that's based on technicals. Let's go see the lower time frames. We can see that we are putting in a nice higher low structure here. I mean, we could get rejected one more time. If we do even just pass this previous wick here, then I look for us to extend to this area here and probably do extend up here most likely. But, we have to first get over this level of resistance here. Obviously, the 50 is, we are riding below the 50 again. We can see when we do ride above the 50, we do typically get nice continuation. So, by the time this comes down at around this area here, we would break through, implies continuation up here, come into next week into all-time highs. That's based on the closure of CMEs as well as that 3-day closing above the topside Bollinger Band. Now, immediately in the short term, we have put in, a very short term range here, giving us, I mean, it's not really a useful range. You can see here that, if we have a range here, if we get a wick lower than this or a break of this range on a 1 hour closure below here implies to here. So that would be, to 35. Now, if we do close below this, I do look for us to come down and probably come back down to about 32,000 and probably base off here. So we probably will get a closure above here. And we probably do get a closure above here, but we might just get a wick, not that low, but something, wick here like that, and then closure and then continue up. I mean, that is completely possible. Just based on how this is causing, because if this does resist here and we do get a strong closure here like this, then that implies that all right, we have made some sort of accumulation and we want to go down a bit further. So definitely keep your eyes on this level, guys. Watch this 36,008 and let's hope we get above it because that implies direction and it implies that we go up. Now let's take a look at momentum. So we can see that momentum actually on the Stokes has started to turn up again, which I like to see. That is obviously a good sign, and that's automatically implying for me that if we can remain above 36,469, then we can, I always get the 69 number, Here we go, 70. Oh, back to 69. If we can remain above there, then I do think that yes, we will have continuation. But let's look at the 2 hour. We have crossed back up again. That's good. We will maintain up, and the 4 hour should, it is nose diving, so this is what's worrying, but you can see how the rejection is forming on the 4 hour. So we'll see if this starts to turn around. Obviously, that will come with a closure above here, and obviously a closure above here on the 4 hour time frame. You can see that here is clear, so I do think that that implies the target to 39,000. Now, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll take a quick look at see what Mr. Ethereum is doing. And what are you doing? You broke the triangle. Naughty boy. Very upsetting, Eth. Very upsetting. So we've gone back under the 50, unfortunately, which is crap. we are being held down by it. You can see here we have rejection, rejection. We tried, got bought back in, now rejection, and now rejection. So if Bitcoin doesn't manage to get above this, I do look for this to actually range and then probably with Bitcoin come down and take a swipe again before continuing up. But what I want to show you is actually I want to go into Forex land, and you can see on like the major pairs trading against the dollars, they're actually getting demolished. You can see this. They're going down. And why are they going down? As you can see, they were rallying very nicely, but now they're starting to go down. That's because Dixie is actually getting a nice bounce here. And if you look at the weekly, or actually the monthly, why is my chart shitty price history? But anyways, we're coming down to a macro low here. And you can see that this was the last low, and this we got a nice bounce, and this was the second, and now it look like we're putting in a low here. So even on the weekly, you can see it looks like we're putting in another macro row, and with this rallying, that's why we see you know, we see everything dumping. I bet if we check like the stock markets, there should be you see that was from the Dixie nice pump, but that got bought. That looks like Corona dump. Oh no, sorry, I'm on the weekly. Yeah, so this is the US 30. You can see closing bearishly. Let's just go and check Nasdaq. Yeah, DX, Nasdaq. We'll go with the official Nasdaq. We'll see how that closed. NDX closing the weekly, not very happy. Look at that, closing below. Look at the daily 24 hour. There we go. Yeah, you can see it is closing, a bit bearishly. That's only because of Dixie popping up. But, if Bitcoin, so why I'm showing you this, guys, is because I want to show you that it's very important that if Bitcoin wants to continue this bull run and not follow stocks, it has to decouple soon. And I'm really hoping that this proves the decoupling and, the bulls are strong and we push through this and just basically screw Dixie and just leave it and make it irrelevant. If that's the case, then it's looking really, really, really good, right? And then it looks like, all right, then we will decouple and then Bitcoin will continue making all-time highs, which is obviously what we want. But we'll see how this plays out. I'll leave you with that. Remember, guys, take care. Watch this level here. If we do break above here on a 4 hour, so on the 4 hour time frame, yes, I do look for extension. Keep a close eye, take care, and trade sharp.